Hey guys, this is Kitty here, and today on this video we will be, of course, finally, I know I promised you guys that it was gonna be out before this year, but work and everything else that I have to kind of do, don't have a lot of time, so I snowed in so I'm able to film more videos for you guys today. So yes, it is my Korea trip Q&A video. I asked you guys to send me questions that you guys want to know more about Korea, and any questions that you have and whatnot. So let's just get into it. So I think a lot of the times when we think of Korea and everything, we think of spicy food and whatnot. And to tell you the truth, it's really not that hard to not find foods that aren't spicy. You could always just tell them that you don't want it and like any spicy things, but like I went to Myeongdong, the street food. A lot of the times the foods aren't spicy. I don't think I've actually ate anything that was spicy while walking around Myeongdong and trying the food, so you don't have to worry about that. In terms of restaurants, so one of them was Sunyeol's Infinite Sunyeol's chicken place, and another chicken place in Incheon that I went to, and both of them, I did not order the spicy chicken. So it's like they have different varieties of flavors. So it's pretty easy to avoid spicy food, and if you aren't you can't take spiciness or anything like that, you'll be fine, because there are definitely a lot of alternatives that you can find that aren't spicy. And of course in Korea, there's also a lot of variety foods. So don't have to worry about not being able to find things that aren't spicy, because there are foods that aren't spicy, and surprisingly there are some Koreans that actually can't like stand spicy food. So yeah, it's not that hard trying to find foods that aren't spicy. So this question I actually get a lot, and I think people are really curious. So I kept all my receipts. So the music store that I go to, it's Music Korea, and it's in Myeongdong. It's located in Myeongdong. I bought 여자친구's Flower Bud CD, and that cost me around almost $14. And right now I'm checking actually the website that I normally get my CDs from. They were selling that exact same copy of that CD for only $9.10. So around, like, I would say approximately $10. So, which is really interesting. Now that the $10 is without shipping. And I think even if you choose the slowest shipping, which is I think $3 maybe to $5, so pretty much, yeah, the prices are about the same actually. So not a big difference. It's just a matter of shipping, and of course like just a few cents more expensive on the website, but yeah, not a huge difference in my opinion. So I don't know if you guys wanted this on a entirely video in itself or anything like that, but I just wanted to say my experience at like these concerts. I went to two. I went to Boa's concert, and then the other one was SM Rookie's showcase, or show as you want to call it. Both experiences were really good. Pretty decent, I would say, like nothing major. The thing is, for Boa's concerts, it was all seated, so there weren't any like lineup happening or anything. Literally, once the concert's about to start, you just start going and headed into the venue itself. The only thing is that if you want to get merchandises, you need to get there the moment merchandise starts selling. So Boa's, I believe she started selling at around 11 o'clock, and I head there around 11 and there was already a huge line. And yeah, a lot of the times things do sell out really quickly, so you really want to get there as early as you can. And they do limit things to like just one per customer. So like light sticks, like those, and like I believe also like the brochures and everything, I think it only limited like one per person. So that's something that you want to No. In terms of the SM Rookie show, it was at the SM Coex Audium, which is their theater, which is I believe on the fifth floor, and it was pretty easy. You literally, get your ticket, sit, wait until the doors open. You show them the ticket, they show you to your seat, and that's pretty much it. So both experiences were really, really nice. I haven't gone to like a concert where there's like a standing, so I'm not really sure how that goes. But I do hear that in Korea, if you do get standing, they actually go by ticket number order. So you would line up. They have like different sections, if I believe, and you just line up according to the numbers, and then they let you in one by, a group by a group. And so that's pretty much it. But for my experience with the two events that I went to, they're all really, really nice. This one kind of goes along with the CDs, but for merchandise, I believe it's definitely so much cheaper to buy it in Korea. For example, I went to the Ingfi Bear shop and they give you like a little checklist that you can kind of like write down what you want and then give it to them, and then they'll give you the merch. So on there, like they had, of course, Infinite's first ever full album, OTP gold version, and they also had like the light stick and like the brochure and everything. If you buy it in Korea, while you're in Korea, the brochure was I think $20 maybe. The light stick was 20 as well, if I remember correctly, and then or maybe 15. No, 30. Was it? And then the album golden version was like $20 as well. So it was pretty cheap. And if you do try to buy it, most likely you're gonna have to find it like either on eBay, where other people actually got online and get those for you. They of course are going to sell it to you definitely much more expensive than the original price. Of course, if you do meet a seller that's like really nice enough, then they will, because technically they kind of add shipping into the price as well, so it's definitely much more expensive if you do buy online. And also, for example, like the transparent card that I showed you guys before, those I got for like $18, I think. Yeah, at the store. And then and when I went on eBay, they were like selling for like $40 or $30, and I'm like, oh my god, that's like so much. But yeah, definitely things that merchandise, I believe it's always much more cheaper if you buy it in Korea. Same thing goes for clothes, I believe. Well, clothing to me is pretty okay. Like compared to like the US, where you have brands and everything like Uniqlo or like American Eagle and everything like that, of course it's like definitely more expensive. And I didn't really do a lot of clothes shopping. I went to like the Line Cafe, the Line store, and Spao as well. I went and basically they were all on sale. Like all the things that I picked out and the things that I bought pretty much were on sale. So the shirts were like $20 each, or sometimes it's like $10 each. Of course, that's like a really great deal. So that's that. But original prices definitely is more expensive, and compared to American prices, I believe it's pretty much the same. I will have to say, if you do want to go like shopping, not to like a fancy store or anything, Hongdae is on the expensive side. Like I said and mentioned before, I bought 2 shirts, I believe, and it cost me like $50, and I was just like, okay. Myeongdong, you might have a definitely much better chance of getting clothes for much cheaper compared to like any other store out there. So yeah, there is a difference, but yet once again, there's not a big difference. Like if you go to, like I said, Myeongdong, it's not like an official store. So like those little tiny stores, clothing wise, of course it's gonna be a little cheaper than like a store that has like a brand name like Spao and everything like that. But of course, always look out for sales, because that's where you actually are able to get some clothes for pretty cheap prices. So if you are planning on going to Korea by yourself, the place that I stayed at, I absolutely love. It's really convenient. And of course, I'll link it down below. If you watch my house tour or apartment tour video, the link is also in that description for that video, if you guys know what I mean. But yeah, anyways, I'll also put the place that I stayed at in the description. But anyways, if you do plan on going by yourself, Airbnb is a great site. Everyone is really, really reliable. The hosts there are all really nice, and there are reviews on there as well, and you can definitely read. And then they also tell you like how close they are to like a station and whatnot, so it's really nice. But I definitely do recommend the place that I stayed if you are going by yourself, because I've been there and so I've experienced it. Ella, who's the host, was absolutely just wonderful. She's really, really nice, and the apartment itself, it's just great. It's big for, you know, one person, but if you want like 2 or 3 people, they'll also fit perfectly. It's fine. And the good thing is that it's only, I think it's like a 5-minute walk, but I personally walk pretty fast, so it's like 2 minutes. But a 5-minute walk from Seoul Station, and from Seoul Station you can get to any place, like literally any place, and it's really, really great. Seoul Station is where you also get onto the Incheon Express train to go to Incheon Airport. So it's like really, really convenient. And to tell you the truth, on the night that I was supposed to leave Korea, I was planning on waking up at 6 o'clock. I didn't wake up until 7, and I started to panic, and then I pretty much rushed myself. I got dressed, I, you know, did whatever I needed to do, and then head straight out. And definitely was a big rush, but because I was so close to Seoul Station and everything, it was really, really quick. So thankfully for that. But yeah, definitely I recommend the place that I'm staying at. But of course, if you want another place, the best thing is to always find an apartment that's close to a train station, because it makes your life so much easier. And of course, when it's time to get home and it's like really late, you don't have to worry about having to walk such a long route or a long road to your apartment. Literally, you get off the station and then get into your apartment. So I think that's one thing that you want to really focus on, is to make sure the apartment that you're staying in is somewhat close to a subway station. This actually depends on your own preference, I would say. I personally love traveling with my family, and I love traveling alone as well. This is actually my first time traveling alone, so which is pretty fun. But it's like sometimes when something happens, you have no one to actually really kind of tell it to. Of course, if you have a friend, of course, but it's always fun. So it really depends on your preference. Like if you want to just kind of stay away from the family for a few weeks, it'll be great. And if you want to be with the family, that's fine as well. Now it also depends on the place that you're living in. If you're really, really close with your family, I don't think it'll be a problem when it comes to staying in an apartment or anything. But of course, like I said, on Airbnb you can figure out how many people are able to fit in that apartment and how many beds they have and whatnot. And of course, if you want to, you can always request and ask the host questions, because they're always there to they're there to help you, because you know you're a foreigner and everything, and they're all really, really nice. So you don't have to worry about that. Always ask questions, they'll be glad to answer it for you. But like I said, if you are going with family, let's say it's you and then your mom and dad, of course you would probably want a 2-room apartment, or at least 2 beds, right? But in Korea, there's actually a lot of apartments where there's the main floor, and then like there's little stairs to go up to the 2nd floor. So that's always really nice. So like maybe parents stay up there and then you stay down there with your other siblings if you want as well. So yeah, in Korea, the apartments, they kind of vary. There's the ones where it's kind of like the one that I stay at, which is like just 1 floor. But on Airbnb, I saw there's also a lot where there's like kind of 2 floors. So you'll be fine if you're going with family and kind of want to give them that, you know, privacy that they want. Like in my previous video about like the tips on Korea, I mentioned that you definitely will have to prepare yourself for, unfortunate events like the one where the Namsam Tower, the cable car wasn't working and whatnot. You can of course always call them. They always have websites, especially like those main tourist places. They always have contact information, so of course you can definitely call them beforehand. KoreaTourism.org is it, I think, is always a great website to find information on these tourist spots, and then ask them questions if you are afraid that something like the cable car is not working, So yeah, go ahead, call them. You'll be good. I believe so, if I remember correctly. So the apartment that I'm staying, she provided a wireless egg, which I can carry around with me, and basically I'm able to have Wi-Fi anywhere I go. And within the apartment itself, she also has Wi-Fi. So when I'm at home, I kind of turn my egg off and then use the Wi-Fi at the house. But also, like I said, it really depends on the apartment you're staying. Normally, if you do book a apartment on Airbnb, they tell you if they have Wi-Fi or not. In the case of the Wi-Fi egg, not every apartment does it, so you have to kind of ask them, or sometimes they state that they do have it, so that's always that. But Wi-Fi is definitely, yes, you do get it anywhere you go in the Seoul area. I used it on the train. It works perfectly fine. At the mall it works, pretty much anywhere. Yeah, you have Wi-Fi everywhere you go in Seoul. As long as you have your egg, you're set. I think a lot of people also are really worried about it. I personally myself was also really worried because like I know a little bit of Korean, but not to the point where I'm able to communicate really well. So you don't have to worry. If you speak English, there are people there to help you. If you speak Chinese, yes, there are people there to help you. Japanese, maybe, but I'm sure there will be some, especially like the main areas like Myeongdong, Hongdae. There will be, of course, in like the main tourist areas, there's always like a tourist booth and you can always ask them questions. They definitely do have people that speak English there. Okay, so that is all the questions that you guys had for me, and I had fun answering them. Of course, if you have any other questions regarding like Korea or anything like that, definitely comment below and I will definitely try my best to answer it for you guys. Okay, so that is it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Annyeong!